This is the stream that you're looking for. Hello, everybody. Wait, what? What just happened here? Okay, there it is. Oh, you can hardly see my eyes. Hey, I'm a Jedi today. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Monday, it's May the 4th, it's Star Wars Day. Congratulations. I guess you say congratulations. I don't actually know. I don't really... It's a fun day. It's a fun day. So I figured I had to use my Jedi bathrobe just for this stream. But it's probably going to be really, really hot. And I sort of don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fine, I'm sure. So I didn't get to chapter 18 as I think I mentioned I wanted to do last time. There were other things that came in the way, and I've been working on some other stuff. But so it is. So I definitely think that we can finish chapter 17 today. Yeah, I say definitely, probably think that we can finish chapter 17 today. I'm not feeling that great, I have to say. I am a little bit under the weather, but we'll see. We'll see how much I feel like I can do and where we get to. Hey, Sarah Norval is here. Happy 4th. Yes, happy May the 4th to you as well, Sarah. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you back. Of course, I don't know if you have been lurking on one of the other live streams, but it's good to have you in the chat. It's always great to have you. Right. Okay, this is going to be extremely hot. Sitting here in my lamp and stuff. So this Jedi robe, I might loosen them up a bit at some point. But let's just jump right to it, shall we? So we're in chapter 17. Vespa has been thrown down into the catacombs with a mortally wounded Lemon. She is trying to get Renaith to help. Of course, Renaith cannot use or cannot tell Vespa to use her water magic. There's a giant car rolling by outside. Sorry if you could hear that. Oh, I forgot. Forgot about this. Oops. Second, I forgot my comment. This is the channel you are looking for. Yes, I am theming most of the things around Star Wars today. There we go. And I will pin that message. All right. So yeah, Lemon is mortally wounded from Squire Ronin. Vespa desperately do not want him to die, of course. And she wants to save him. Wishes a fire was here. Like she saved him when they first met. But yeah, let's jump into it. So yeah, Renee up here asked if she has a branch ready. No, it took what felt like forever for those words to find their way across her lips. No, I don't have a branch with me. I see. Renee did not spend a long time mulling over it. Well, it doesn't have to be a branch. It can be some fruit, it can be leaves, or flowers, or anything, as long as it is fresh. Vespa's heart dropped to her stomach. The slow realization of what Renaith said, hurting more. Hurting more than all the pains her body had endured so far. No, I don't have anything, she finally admitted. Silence. Only the howls from somewhere along the catacomb ceiling and the stream below. Lemon wheezed. Vespa. All Russian alarm removed from the spirit's voice. Instead, it was now one of concern with a distinct feeling of him trying to somehow place a comforting arm around his shoulders. Vespa wasn't sure that it made sense, Renaith being trapped inside his warhammer and all, but that was nonetheless what she thought from his voice. Vespa, I'm sorry, the spirit continued, solemnly. If you do not have anything possessing nature's flow, then there is not much we can do. Lemon, no. Tears started to stream down Vespa's cheeks, some dropping into her hands and onto Lemon, who lay almost unmoving. There has to be something we can do, please. It was difficult to say anything through her crying. I'm afraid not, Renaith answered, keeping his comforting tone. So is the way of the great cycle. As much as it pains us, it is so that it must be. That sounds weird. So we rephrase. Rephrase. Vespa's shaking fingers traveled across Lemon's tiny chest again. There was no reaction at all from the little yellow bird. There has to be something Vespa heaved as she desperately attempted to come up with an idea that could work. What if we... She snorted, trying to finish her sentence. I'm afraid not, Vespa. We cannot do anything other than give her peace. Than to give her peace. I am terribly sorry, truly. No. Vespa had still to come up with anything. Why was she always so powerless when things mattered? If only a fire was here. Okay. Alright. Looks like things went a little fast last time around here. It was the same wish she always had. But even if she would come to the rescue again, right now, she would probably still be too late. No, Lemon, please. I need you. You're my best friend. You're my only friend. Please, don't. I need you. Here. Vespa had trouble. There's a lot of trouble here. Repeat. Vespa had trouble keeping even one thought in her mind that would make some sense or at least could help her. It was all a blur of tears, sniffling, and a pain so deep into her stomach that it felt as if her heart was trying to burst through it. She put her hand, still throbbing from the knife's cut, as gently as she could onto Lemon's chest. At least he would know. And then, there we go. We're off. At least he would know. At least he would know what. Yes, we're so off. Yeah. He would know that she was near. If nothing else. So, of course, we want... Well, where we're going right now, of course, just have a little recap, is that Lemon dies, and right now Vespa she's placed her cut hand on Lemon's cut chest, So they're mixing blood, basically. And we want Vespa to go to feel Lemon's flow like she did with Reynade in the chapter before, and feel it like, you know, stop, basically. Feel the stream run out, and Lemon dies. And then we want her to be so how do you say it? We want her to be so devastated that she's basically going to use, without really realizing it, she's basically going, maybe it's better if she realizes, but she's going to feel like her spirit flow, her own life flow, come rushing, come crashing down, and she's going to use that flow to die herself, going into finding Lemon into the realm of death, which is what I originally thought that we were going to do today, but you know, I had other things. So that's where we are right now. So how did we describe it over here in chapter 16? So somewhere down here, throbbing hand and swinging, the flow came from him. Feeling of something she couldn't let go of. She felt it in her painfully throbbing hand still as well. Yeah, so she's basically just, because she's touching Squire Ronin here, she's feeling his flow. So that's sort of the same that we want to have happen over here, right? She could sense Lemon's flow as they sat there. What is there a word that's like you can't take any action, you're feeling useless? Is there a word? That's gotta be another word for useless. Unhelpful, not serving a purpose, worthless. Worthless or hopeless is probably where we want to go. Place that there. Hope having left the catacombs completely. Dark catacombs. Hope having left the dark catacombs completely. It was barely noticeable. But the flow was still there. But the flow was still there. Was still present. That meant Lemon was as well. As well then, no. Even if he was unresponsive, he wasn't responding to anything. Vespa wondered. Oops. Vespa wondered if Lemon, Riptide, or any of the other animal, any of the other animals that she had known and loved, that she had she had known and loved went straight to Haven. They had to. She was sure of it. They were all too pure. Too pure to not go, or to have to face any broken pillars. Of course, Lemon would have. Of course. Lemon wouldn't have any problem. Wouldn't have any problems. Climbing them. Climbing. Since he had wings. Oh, don't we just love motorcyclists in the evening? Yes, thank you. Push that throttle down. A smile grew on Vespa's face. In spite of the tears and sadness, in spite of her tears and all. We have those in my neighborhood too. Yeah, I think. Well, it is the season, right? With the with it being nice and sunny outside. So I actually don't blame the motorcyclists. I just wish they wouldn't be so goddamn loud. Rant over. That wasn't really a rant, but he would still be able to do it, even with his terrible flying, with his terrible flying. She was sure of it. She was sure of it. Yeah, the loud motorcycles, yeah. Then without even thinking or trying, Vespa found herself. Found herself. Standing in the stream. Right in the middle of her imaginary forest. There was nothing nightmarish about it this time around. Nightmarish about the forest. And yet everything was quiet and sad. Just like she felt. Hey, well, if it isn't El Cuervo, welcome to the stream, dude. It has been a while, hasn't it? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well on this Jedi day, this Star Wars day, Star Wars night. Found herself. The stream itself was barely anything. Vespa knew it was lemons. Vespa knew it was lemons flow. Running to his wound and never returning. Aquarius says, I am finishing some school project and reading The Color of Magic. That's what's best in life. Nice. It's good to hear. The Color of Magic. Maybe that sounds like something I should read. I'll note it down. Color of Magic. Oh, Terry Pratchett, okay. A fantasy comedy novel, that sounds cool. Oh, the first... Oh, I heard of the Discworld, okay. Sorry, you couldn't see that. I just looked it up on Google. That is noted. I've long heard of good things about Discworld, so I definitely want to note that down. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's good to have you drop by. Nice. How's your own writing going? If you may be so bold as to ask. She could, since she could see the stream drying up. As she knelt down in it. Not sure why. But she didn't know what else to do. Aquarius says, 4th chapter is done. Kinda hard to jump from writing found footage dystopia to weird grimdark fantasy. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. You seem to be doing well yourself, thank you. Well, you have caught me on a little bit of a bad day. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so I don't know just how long I will be live streaming today. But yes, the channel is going pretty well, actually. I'm really looking forward to... Well, I'm really looking forward to finishing up here. Even if we still have some chapters left. But also the Brandon Sanderson highlight lecture highlight videos. The next one is coming on Saturday, and I am definitely also looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you. So weird grimdark fantasy, is this a new one, or have you talked about that before on the stream? Because the dystopia, the found footage dystopia one, that was what you wrote during November last year, right? During the NaNoWriMo challenge. And just as she reached into Lemon's last life flow. Just as you reach into Lemon's last life flow, It disappeared. Oh, disappeared, that's only with one S. Disappeared. Yep, perfect. Disappeared completely. Vespa spent some time she had no idea how long. No idea how long. But it felt as if she could have grown old. I think that might be a bit of a weird way of saying it, but I am writing it in nonetheless. In her forest. This is weird, isn't it? Like what I was saying, it's correct. Now I'm writing this thing called the Mechanical Fairy. It's basically reverse Frankenstein, where a noblewoman falls in love with a fake cadaver and commissions a struggling stone carver to make a body for the heart of the deceased. Lord Byron type shit. Wow, okay. That does sound pretty cool. Yeah. It sounds, maybe it's because you said fairy, but my mind went immediately to like some of the darker fairy tales of that we have in Europe. All of them basically. And the reverse Frankenstein. That's fun. Interesting. I can't wait to hear more about that. So you've done 4 chapters. Do you have any idea of how long you're planning it to be, or are you just sort of like discovering it? I don't actually know how much of an outliner versus discovery writer you are. Feeling nothing. Well, if it wasn't the end of page 235, let's go. Oh. 236. New page hype. Whoop whoop. Probably not more than 250 pages. Okay, yeah. Honestly, that's a good... Feels like a good length of a book. And I'm not just saying that because I'm nearing 250 pages and not done. I'm hoping to finish my book within these pages here. So that's gotta be before... Is it page 290 something? Yeah, because I don't want to go out and buy another one of these. I really like this notebook, but they're actually a little bit expensive. But if that's the way things will go, it's the way things will go. Things will have to go. Feeling nothing. Seeing nothing. Hearing nothing. Vespa just stood there. Oh, 2 seconds. My brother needs to get in. Yes, Sarah, new page hype. Whoop whoop. She just stood there. Or sat in the catacombs. With her best friend, with her only friend. Let's go with only friend. With her only friend. Sat there. Dead in her hands. Vespa wasn't sure which one was real. The forest or the catacombs. But she also didn't care, but she also didn't care. With lemon gone, it didn't matter. Nothing did. Now her feelings came. Now, how do we say that? I don't want to go with, because we started and just like this last paragraph started with and. I feel like I don't want to start with and again. But I wanna say, like, all the feelings came rushing to her. the next moment, all of her feelings came back. Came rushing back. The sadness, the hopelessness, sadness, the hopelessness, the pain. Oh, so much pain. Vespa screamed. Then she sobbed. And then she screamed some more. Scream some more. Lemon. How could you do this to me? The pain had turned to anger. Anger that she threw. She hurled. Okay, maybe I need to make sure that that means what I think it means. Yeah, violent. Okay. I was about to say that I didn't want it to mean, you know, throwing up. Dead yellow bird in her hands. At the lack of stream. forest. She didn't mean it. And she felt bad. She felt terrible. For being so unfair. When she should have been helping, she should have been helping. Or she should have been helping. But he was being unfair to her. He was being so unfair to her. By leaving. She was being so, but he was being so unfair to her. Like leaving. Why did he have to try and defend her? And then none of this would have happened. Then none of this would have happened. That looks terrible. Looks even worse. Why did he have to be such a good friend? Why did he have to be such a good friend? I want her to have this like moment of actually doing something, not just by pure coincidence or accident. So I think I want her. Maybe if Lemon has like a final gentle whistle, and then she opens her eyes, closes them again, goes back into the imaginative forest, and then actually sensing that there is some stream left, there is some flow of his life left. Maybe she tries to grab it, and the more she tries, like, the more this comes crashing. Her own life force comes crashing to her aid. And that's when they both die, right? Yeah, that could probably work. I think. Ugh. I think that could work. None of this would happen. Why do you have to be such a good friend? Her crying was uncontrollable. Like a dam that had burst? I don't know. Did we? Oh, that was the wrong one. Did you have dams? In medieval time, Okay, there were actually dams in Middle Ages. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna write it, and then I'm probably going to delete it at some point because it feels a bit strange to talk about dams. Maybe there should be a dam, like, close to this. Maybe that could be a little bit of a world building thing. You know, set in order to stop the black water from spreading, right? Maybe, actually. Okay. Like a dam bursting. And around the river. Reclaiming everything it had lost. Claiming what had once been taken from it. Had once been taken from it. I feel like my handwriting is particularly bad today. But maybe it's just always shit. Really? Maybe make them part of the world. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it could work. Maybe it could work. Vespa, definitely. Vespa. Definitely. Didn't hear. Oops. Rena's attempts at comforting her. At comforting her. Oh, I am feeling weird today. It's actually going really well. But I'm just, feeling strange. I'm thinking right now to actually end the chapter and then maybe end the live stream as well. I know we've only been going for an hour, but yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest today. I am terribly sorry. And she almost missed the gentlest of whistles coming from Lemon in her hands. Vespa's eyes. Vespa's eyes opened up with such force. Opened wide. With such force. That they almost rolled out. That they almost rolled out. of her face. She still couldn't see anything. Couldn't. See anything in the dark. In the complete darkness. But her eyes fixated hard. Fixated hard. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Hey, Easy Lauren is here. Welcome to the stream. Don't write if you feel ill, but maybe fewer dreams bring twists and turns to the story. Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I don't feel ill. It's just a little bit under the weather. Maybe it was because I slept terribly last night. But yeah, it's good to know that you're here. Good to see you in the chat. But I do want to finish this chapter at least. I don't think there's much more to it. And as you can see, we're actually doing rather well for our writing pace today. I think we're actually a little bit in front of the pace somehow. It's all right. It's all good. That's the big thing, right? I wanna stream. I love doing this. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Go with and yet her eyes fixated. Her eyes fixated on her friend. Lemon. Vespa spent no time wondering whether or not the whistle had been an hallucination. The whistle had been a hallucination or not. Hallucination or not. Is Easy Lauren says, I'm just checking in. Won't stay today, I'm afraid. Good to hear that you're not blocked. Have a good session. Thank you so much, dude. And yeah, thanks for dropping by. It always means a lot. Hope you have a great day, night, evening. She jumped. Oh. She jumped. Straight back into her forest. As if it was now her second nature. It was now his second nature. In the middle of where Lemon's flow of life was supposed to be. Vespa jumped. Not jumped. She did she jump? She fell to the ground. Fell on purpose. Fell. She dropped. Yeah, that's the word. Vespa dropped. To the dried up stream floor. I don't know if that makes sense. Does maybe just makes sense? Makes sense. Makes sense. Question mark? Had she missed something? first, Vespa was unable to find any flow. She Oh, I just lost my train of thought completely. She... She forced herself to concentrate, to focus with everything. All of the pain, all of her feelings, all of the things she felt, the things she felt. Vespa used them to search. I don't know if that even makes sense. Makes sense? Use them to search. For any sign that Lemon might still be here, might still be with her. He was her friend. He was her friend. and she would do everything in her power, everything in her power to help him. To get him back. And there it was. And then she noticed it. In her imagination. Lemon stream. His flow of life, was no more than the tiniest of strings. Oops. But it was there. It was still there. Now all she had to do now all she had to do was stop it from reaching the wound across the little bird's chest. Vespa could feel the wound as well. Vespa could feel the wound as well. It's gaping. Hey, that was page 236. Let's go. What's going on with the with my green screen? Is it too? If I just do that, is that better? Probably. New page hype, indeed, Sarah. Yes. New page hype, page 237. Whoop whoop. It's gaping hunger. Demanding. The last of lemons. Life. But there was no way. That Vespa was going to let that happen. Whoops. Even if she had no idea, even if she had no idea how. She would stop it, would. Where did this start? Page 230, 37. Alright. Maybe this is dragging out just a little bit. Oh well. In a desperate attempt to do something. Vespa tried to grab the last of lemon's flow. if she could direct it. Or push it. Like she did with Squire Ronin. Why couldn't she grab it? Why couldn't you grab it? It didn't work. Oh. However, or did it? For a moment, Vespa thought that the stream or string moved with her hands and fingers. So she tried again. So she tried again. Maybe it moved a little more. Third attempt, a third attempt. Time was running out. And Vespa had no other idea. Had no other idea. Ideas. As she grabbed a hold of Lemon's flow, however little there was left. It worked. For the shortest of moments, it worked. But the wound was pulling on it. Too hard. And Vespa had to let go. She had to be stronger. She had to be stronger. As strong as Lemon's courage. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. What the JPEG? When defending Vespa from any danger. Vespa from danger. No matter the threat, no matter the threat. Oh, sorry. No matter the threat. There was no time to recoup. There was no time to recoup. She would just have to find enough strength somewhere. Vespa tried again. Vespa tried again. Thunder rolling. Somewhere beyond her forests. She was getting desperate. Even more so than ever before. But she was also not going to lose her best friend a second time. was gonna do is trend the second time. Vespa held her ground. Despite the incredible pull from Lemon's wound, Vespa held on this time. And didn't let go. She groaned in pain. Her body rapidly oh my god. Stupid motorcycles. If you heard that, I think you did. Rapidly draining as the thunder came closer. Closed in. From somewhere. She didn't know. The forest began to shake. All around her. Her body aching and feeling colder and colder. pain started to become unbearable. To be almost unbearable. Unbearable. Almost unbearable. But Vespa gritted her teeth. And held on anyway. She was not going to lose. This bizarre tug of war. On Lemon barely hanging on. Barely hanging on. Vespa suddenly knew that it wasn't thunder. Thunder approaching. In her forest. The roars roar were coming from waves. A tidal wave rapidly approaching. Tidal wave rapidly approaching. And she knew right away. She also knew right away what the wave was. It was actually just up here is full stop, and this should be a semicolon. It was herself. her own spirit. A panic spread throughout Vespa's thoughts. Throughout Renee had warned her. From using her own spirit. Her own spirit again. And she swore that she didn't mean to. She really didn't. She really didn't. Then, amid all of her struggles, an idea began to form. Renee had told her that one's spirit, one's own spirit, was some of... Hey, that was page 237. Oh my god. This is going strangely well. Even though I am feeling weirdly not so well. New page hype. Whoop whoop, you're so fast today. Exactly, Sarah. I don't know what's going on. Page 238, here we come. some of the strongest magic forces. Of them all, also. Make sure he said that. Make sure he said this. Strongest. Also, does all make sense? Even if it had terrible consequences. If she could use it, just this once, and only a little bit, only a little bit. She might be able to save Lemon after all. Vespa was sure that Renaith would be able to forgive her. If she managed to do just that. And even if he didn't, She was going to try anyway. She only needed a little more strength. To make sure she kept the last of Lemon's flow with her. Afterwards, she could search for another solution. Through hurt and pain, and without tiny string in her hands. Actually, afterwards she could use her spirit to close the wound. Just like she had done just like she had done with her arm. Vespa braced herself she screamed. Both in the forest and in the catacombs. As her roaring spirit came crashing around her. Some of it helping to hold on. Lemon string of life. Lemon string. The rest running but more severe, gushing, maybe streaming, jetting, maybe jetting. Racing is probably also a good one. Gunning, jetting. Let's go with racing. Where she knew Lemon's wound to be. It wasn't long before the unbearable. Pains were joined of her arms were joined by aching bones and shredded muscles and shredded muscles. That's not the right word. Not right. A numbness and numbness almost in. Okay, there's definitely a couple of paragraphs here that needs to be rewritten, but I sort of feel like I have the general gist of it. It hurts. Then Vespa felt something that she never had before. Hey, Miss Blogger's here. Welcome. How are you doing? How's your fantasy and contemporary paranormal romance novel coming along? A coldness. Coursing through her body. Accompanied by what could only be described as the years flowing by. Withering her arms, her legs, her body, and her face. away. Until she was an old woman. She herself hanging on to the last string of her life. She screamed. It hurt more. So she screamed even louder. Oh, louder. Actually, I think that should be a paragraph. A new paragraph. Screamed even louder. Renave tried to get through to her. His own voice yelling from everywhere and nowhere at once. But Vespa didn't notice. She didn't notice. She was already gone. In the darkness of the catacombs, Vespa's body fell backwards. Wow. Fell backwards. Onto the cold, damp stones. With lemon on her chest. I don't know if we should say explicitly that they're dead. Or if they had left this world. None of them were breathing. Oh, I feel like that's okay. So this paragraph, I was actually really, these couple of paragraphs, I was really into. I think they were pretty good. Maybe if we say, I feel like this paragraph should be rewritten, but Vespa's dead body fell backwards onto the coal with lemon on her chest. With her dead companion on her chest. Okay, so that wasn't. This here is needs a rewrite. Definitely a rephrasing. But okay, I sort of got the gist of it. But that was actually chapter 17. So, I need to know Roman numerals. Is that X? Is it XVII? In Roman numerals. It is XVII, okay. So, XVII. That and then the suns were warm. That was the first thing, but we're going to end there. Okay, so I did actually 2.5 hours still. Okay, that was not That was not my intention actually, but it went well. We did over 3 pages in 2.5 hours. I don't know how that happened with me feeling weird and all. Maybe that was why. Okay. Wow. Let's have a bit of a count, shall we? So it is 1, 2, 3. You can't see that. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So line 16 is what we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that line there, that is correct. That is 3 pages because 1 and 2. And then we have 1, 2. Oh no, it's the master sort of counting. Ah, I told you I was off. Oh, now I need to recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So almost instantly is the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 with that. We'll count it. So 3 pages and 14 lines. If we just go like that, that looks nice. And I move in here. We go to here. We even managed to do more than last time. And I think that was like 3.5 hours last time. And I wasn't feeling weird. So that's interesting. 1200. Will you look at that? 1225 words today in 2.5 hours. That is actually pretty incredible. We're at 88,261. Nice. It is indeed very nice, Sarah. And let's update, shall we? So we go into here, I go into... And then the next time we actually are going to do chapter 18 that I thought was today, but you know, it is what it is. So 88,261 we are. And the progress bar. So this one, you need to go here. And our wonderful little jewel, spinning jewel, you need to go here. All right. There we have it. That was it for this live stream. I think I'm going straight to bed. I am very happy that I managed to do so much today, despite feeling strange. Hopefully it won't be weird and strange Wednesday, where we will have the next live stream. I'll set that up right away, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the stream. Well, you're very, very welcome, Sarah. Have a good evening, and have a good evening yourself. And please remember to like this on YouTube if you haven't already. It matters a lot, I think. And maybe even subscribe to me. That means a lot to me. And just remember, on this May the 4th, remember that we write our own stories. All right, enough rambling from me. I need to go to bed. I will see you guys Wednesday. Bye.